Welcome back to What's Your Story, the podcast where we sit down with fascinating people and unpack the experiences that shaped who they are today. I'm Scott Leese, my co-host is Mike Lindstrom, and today's guest is someone who is redefining what aging looks like in the modern world. Werner Xander, better known to many of you online as Lifestyle Jules, is a fitness and lifestyle creator, wellness advocate, entrepreneur, and mom who is showing people that turning 50 doesn't mean slowing down. It can actually be the beginning of your strongest chapter yet. Through her platform, Lifestyle Jules, Julie shares everything from fitness routines and nutrition to fashion, wellness, and lifestyle insights, all built around a simple idea. You can look and feel your best at any age if you're intentional about how you live. She's got a background in exercise physiology and a passion for helping others build healthier and more confident lives. Julie's become a voice for people who refuse to let age define what's possible. And her message in this season 1, episode 22 of What's Your Story, her message is simple but powerful. Vitality, confidence, and reinvention don't expire at 30 or 40 or even 50. They evolve. So today we're going to talk about her journey, where it started, the lessons she's learned along the way, and how she's helping people everywhere rethink what the next chapter of their life can actually look like. So sit back, relax, enjoy the episode.
Welcome back to another episode. Mike Lindstrom, that is me. Scott Leese, that is him. Austin, Texas, coming in to Scottsdale. But we have an awesome guest today. I would just say overall influencer badass would be what I would call Julie Xander. Yeah. So Julie, I am so excited to have you on the show. We've known each other from afar, I would call it. Social media does that, right? You know each other on TikTok, Instagram, and I've been watching what you do. I mean, you're doing workouts, you're doing stuff that's promoting local businesses. So to have you come in our studio for 45 minutes and talk about who you are, I'm more intrigued by the curiosity because I just don't know. So the questions we're going to come at you are just random, but thanks for coming on.
Oh my gosh, thanks for having me. And the 10 minutes that we've gotten to talk, I mean, this is just so fun already.
I love it. Good. So we're going to have more fun in the next 45 minutes. So we always start with the same question. What's your story? Take us where you want to go for the next 5 minutes. What's your story?
It all started back in 1974. So if you do the math, I'm 51, born and raised in Scottsdale. Wow. My parents are native New Yorkers, but my dad wandered out to Arizona in like 1967. And so native. And I always say you can take the girl out of New York, but you cannot take the New Yorker out of the girl because I was raised by 2 New Yorkers. So I got the hand gestures, I curse. I've always kind of felt like a little bit of a fish out of water here. But you know what? It's always worked out for me. It's always been a good thing. I think that's what kind of has always made me stand out. But got really into fitness at a really young age because I was chubby. I was always trying to figure out how to not be chubby. So got really, really into fitness, but I was also really into fashion because my family back in New York was in the fashion business. So that was always really important. And you know what? Fashion doesn't look that cute on you when you're chubby. Yeah. So I really wanted to look beautiful in clothes. I really wanted to be skinny. My 3 brothers were awful to me, you know? So gosh, I just took my need to be thin, my want to wear beautiful clothes, put those together, and I kind of figured it out and graduated from ASU. I actually started off double major musical theater and dance.
Oh, wow.
So I love being on stage. So hence, how did I become an influencer? It was so natural for me. But I realized in college that there are so many talented people. And when you're in high school, you think, oh, wow, I'm really good. And then you get to college and you go, wow, I'm really not that good. Right. But fitness was still really such an important thing to me that I thought, you know what? I don't need a degree. If I'm ever going to get on stage, I don't need a degree. So maybe I'll go into fitness because I love it so much. So I changed my major to fitness. And I was so good in science. I was like, maybe I should go to medical school. So I wound up graduating exercise physiology pre-med. Thought I was going to take on the world. I was going to become a doctor. And, you know, what do they say? We plan, God laughs.
Yeah, that's right.
So
that's right.
Fast forward, wound up getting married at 22 and married a guy who was 15 years older than me. So I looked at him and I was like, God, you're old.
Yeah, that's a big
37. I mean, here I am 51. I was like, you're old. So had 3 kids really quick. And, you know, my husband never wanted me to work. So he's like, just teach aerobics, just keep teaching aerobics. But it wasn't enough for me. I've always just been a driver. somebody that likes to do things, stay busy, have an impact on people. Although teaching fitness really does have an impact.
Yep.
But there was still more for me. So long story short, I wound up realizing like, oh, hey, I could like help all these businesses that I knew because it's authentically me. If I love something, I just shout it from the rooftops. So I'd be like, hey, you know what? Do my hair and I'll post it on social media. Hey, give me a discount on this outfit and I'll post it. I'll post everything you have in the store. Everybody was always asking me, where do you get this? Where do you go for that? And so it just kind of happened. And it was something I was able to do while still being a full-time mom, taking care of my kids, not impacting my husband who wanted me to not work. And I created this thing, Lifestyle Jules, and it's my lifestyle. It's everything that I love.
How was that? Well, he says you're not working, or was it like, I'd rather you not work? Like, what was the tone of that in the marriage, truthfully?
It was like, from a monetary point, always. Okay. From a monetary point of view, this makes no, I wrapped a jewelry line. Like I was always trying to like do things, right? From a monetary point of view, this makes no sense. Or I worked part-time at Neiman Marcus and my mom would do all the heavy lifting. So she would watch my daughter. To say that he would contribute nothing because he didn't approve of it, right? So if whatever you're gonna do, you're gonna have to figure out how to do this on your own. It was never a team. Wow. That's why we are not married.
Right? Yeah, clearly.
Yeah.
From a monetary, I'm gonna use that, by the way. That's good. I'm gonna use that on you. From a monetary perspective, Scott, you shouldn't really.
The thing is that look, monetizing is a good thing, but sometimes monetizing isn't the most important thing. Sometimes there's just doing something for yourself because it makes you feel good. Whether that's like being on the board of a charity. From a monetary point of view, you're not making any money. No, I'm not. But I'm helping people. Right. Like I'm spending quality time doing something positive in this world. But that was completely not important.
You got his thing down. You know his quote. That's his voice and everything. I can hear it in the record in your head. Yeah.
It is, which is a bad record. I've actually. It's been something that I have to unwork.
Yeah, I'm going through my own voice saying, "Did I fucking say that?"
I don't know if I kind of.
I feel in trouble.
I don't use that same language pattern, but I do that. I do say stuff like that.
Yeah.
But having somebody say it to me, like I can't imagine if Monica said, and she's a judge, by the way, so she's not an entrepreneur. She understands entrepreneurship, but she goes, "Well, Michael, from a monetary perspective, like I don't even know what I would say to that." I'm like, well, you know what? You go be a judge from 8 to 5. You go put the bad guys away. I'll take care of the business.
When your kids are super little,
yeah.
If let's say you go to Neiman Marcus and you earn whatever you earn, but then you're also spending whatever it is on daycare or somebody watching the kids and all that, and you come out in the red on it. I can logically be that guy and be like, I don't really understand this, but there's a lot more to it than the financial aspect. Right. Like you need to feel fulfilled. You need to be motivated. You want to do something good in the world. I don't want to just sit here and only do this. Like you also have to understand those things.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's where you say, okay, babe, like I get that you need something that's going to make you feel good in this world. And we're negative dollars by the time we pay for it. Let's think what could you do, which Lifestyle Jules cost him nothing.
Yeah.
But still there was no support.
Right.
So
yeah, it's tough.
So who was your first client when you did this whole thing?
Gosh.
Like paid client, not like I'm going to go shout the rooftops. I love this salon or
you can't barter or trade because she's saying that she got like discounts for stuff. Or are you talking about like cash? Like
no, got paid.
That's a really tough one. I mean, what a really good one. I was like, dang, I've made it. Was Barnett and Delaney Eye Center.
Wow.
They called me to do a full on thing on it. And I would have had, and think about that too. When we talk about trade, like they would have done, I'd already had LASIK, but I would have had LASIK for free. And then I would have been able to promote the whole thing. Instead, they just paid me to promote what they offered and everything because I'd already had the surgery.
And it just started going from there.
Yeah, I mean, I had, tons. It's really interesting. It ebbs and flows, and the needs have changed. Yeah. And the world of being an influencer has changed so much. So when I started, it was more than 10 years ago. Nobody even knew what an influencer was. It was big bloggers and famous people. And so the reason I got introduced to it, because I kind of cut to me being an influencer, but I was working for my brother who has an incredibly huge beauty line. And he put me in charge of the PR firm in New York City. So my job was just to say yes or no. And so they said to us, we really think that you should hire a blogger. And we're like, okay, you listen to your PR firm. Well, for $1 million, you can hire Pamela Anderson. and she's made a resurgence, right?
Yeah,
She's come back up.
She absolutely.
We're like, we don't have $1 million. So no problem. For $500,000, you can hire Callista Flockhart, which also makes me laugh. We're like, because now people don't even know who she is.
Yeah.
I go, again, we don't have $500,000. So
Keep going.
we trickle down. We trickle down. We keep on trickling down. We get to a $10,000 budget, which is still a lot of money.
Yeah, heck yeah.
$10,000 for a blogger, which nobody's heard of, to give us this 3-minute video of why she likes these products. And so we say, okay, to 10,000, I get the video and I'm thinking there's going to be lights. It's her in her bathroom. And this is more than 10 years ago, right? So cell phones were not fabulous.
Yeah.
But they were workable, and you could get a camera. You're going to pay money for.
Yeah, but if you look at it now, you're probably like,
yeah, no, I get it.
Grainy and
Yeah.
Like it wasn't a perfect. It was her little crappy cell phone in the bathroom, going, "Oh my gosh, you guys, you're just gonna love this product." And I get the video and I go, "Okay, she just made $10,000, and I'm getting $2,200 a month to travel around the country and do the work I'm doing, and she just got 10,000 in 3 minutes."
Yep.
I go,
Ding, ding, ding.
ding, ding,
ding,
ding.
ding,
I'm like, okay, I have a degree. I have aging skin. What does this girl know about? My skin feels so good. Okay. Have 3 kids. It's so great. I'm like, have 3 kids, age a little bit, and then tell me about how soft and tight your skin is. So I thought, okay, like, so what does she have? She has a following. How's she get I could get a following. I'm like, I was born and raised here. I worked in fitness. I worked in fashion. I have my degree. I know all these people. I have kids. I have their parents are my friend. So I thought, okay, I can do this. But it's so at that point, people were looking at me like, what is she doing? I would hear all this chatter, like, she's such a narcissist. She posts pictures of herself all day. Now, if you aren't posting pictures of yourself and your product and your business all day long, right, you're losing.
Yeah.
Everybody has to be, everybody is an influencer, which is, it's hard. So from the start, it was really hard because everybody's like, what is she doing? And then it got going and people were like, oh, dang, she's really smart. And it was like hot commodity. Then it got to everybody's an influencer. Everybody says they can get you, and they're all shooting, they're all liars, right?
Yeah.
Well, they're not all liars, but
well, a lot of people are pretending.
they're pretending, right?
Yeah. And just because you have a following doesn't mean you actually can influence buying decisions.
That's a big thing. That's a big thing.
And then you have, and then you're like, okay, well, I could pay her. So it just goes back to the whole Pamela Anderson and Callista Flockhart. How much money do you have? How much money do you want to spend? And then you're like, okay, so I could pay Julie X amount of dollars, but I could get this new influencer over here. She's free. I don't have to pay her at all.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to put it out there for me for free. So what do I could give it to all the young influencers that are trying to get paid, that aren't getting paid. I could give it to thousands of them. And all I have to do is give them the product and they'll do it for free. And why pay Julie?
Mm-hmm.
So then there was that. Now it's coming back to people going, all right, it's the quality, not the quantity. And it's kind of changing again, but it keeps changing. But no matter what's really changed and is really hard with influencing is everybody's an influencer. So
you're competition. You have more competition than ever.
It's definitely crowded.
Everybody's a competitor now.
Everybody's a competitor. And I mean, this is years ago. I haven't looked it up lately. There were 100 million posts a day. How many posts are going up every single day? How are you seen? Even if your content is amazing, how are you seen?
You also, I don't know if you experience this, but you also can drive yourself mad trying to predict the algorithm.
Yes.
Mr. Algo.
Right.
Mr. Algo.
Yeah. And because it changes all the time on every single platform, and you lose your mind trying to be like, okay, I have to do this at 9 a.m. on Instagram, but 10:30 on TikTok. I have to do it this way over here and that way over there.
Do you think about that? Or do you just say, screw it? I'm just.
There was a point in time, though, I bet that you thought that way.
Oh, listen.
Everybody has.
And listen, there would be a day where Instagram would go down or I would want to pull my hair out. And now I'm just like.
Now if it goes down, I'm like, oh, thank God.
I don't have to.
Day off from this.
Everybody's going through the same thing. I'm gonna sit back and relax. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. It's when anybody ever asks, so Julie, what would you tell somebody about becoming an influencer? I go, don't. It never shuts down. It's 20.
You have to temper that advice with the other advice of you better build a fucking
No, you're so right.
following and a brand and then
no,
network.
you're right.
I understand both sides of it.
Yeah.
It's difficult to navigate.
Tough thing.
Well,
You know?
being 100% influencer, that's for those people that think I'm going to become a, full-time influencer. That's a lot of work, but you're absolutely right. Every single person, no matter what your career is or what you're doing, you truly need to have a presence on social media.
It's stressful.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you ever have a day where like, F it, I'm not touching anything today? Seriously.
Deep down, yes, but I still probably
Still
do
do it, huh?
Yeah.
Are you addicted?
No, definitely
all?
not. No.
Because that's a thing.
Oh, for
There's
sure.
a difference between being addicted and needing a paycheck. It's like I can look at it as like I got to go to work today.
Right.
I was at this point. You're right, but I think there was a point where I thought, if I don't post today, people are going to forget me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not true. Right?
Not.
It depends how long
It's
you
not.
go between.
Right.
Yeah, no.
If you go long enough, people
Right.
can.
But listen, if I went on vacation for 2 weeks and I didn't post, maybe if I did, maybe 2 weeks, people would be like, did she die?
Well, you brought that on yourself.
That's about
I would think that. I would, because I follow you and I'm like, well, that's been like 5 days. That's weird. I would say, she must be on vacation. No, 2 weeks. I'm thinking, she get a job? What happened?
Right. What happened?
Yeah.
And I'm not like religious. I mean, you have people that are like,
But you can-
how many people in Instagram?
Yeah, 250,000.
Yeah, that's a lot.
you manage that a little bit though. Potentially, you could like do a video or something and say I'm going to be out of here for the next like week or two.
True.
Yeah.
Right. You can also schedule things like we could go produce a bunch of content right now, schedule it
Yeah,
out.
that's
So,
true.
but we're actually offline.
It
You know,
winds up
but-
being what I still, even out of town, I will still post every day, but it winds up being so much less than what I do. Like so scaled down. Like here's one video a day. The stories might not be there, right? But it's still enough.
What's your rules for posting? Okay, so I'm going to be real here because that's how I roll.
Okay.
I've seen your butt.
Oh yeah.
I've seen your
I
body.
was not expecting that.
No, she'll be sitting there doing like you can talk about it, the firming up or whatever, and she'll do the angle where you can see her like doing the clinicians behind, and you can see her like in a thong live, like shooting a video, like she doesn't care. She puts herself out there. So what are the rules on that? Like you put yourself out there,
so
girlfriend.
funny.
I mean, let's be real.
Yeah.
What are the rules? Like where's your
What are the
guardrails
rules?
or not?
My guardrails are don't get kicked off Instagram.
So you push the envelope?
Yeah, of course.
Really?
Sex sells.
I know, but I know that, but I'm saying that there's that part of the brand where you're like, okay, because you want people to take you seriously.
Yeah, but okay. Yeah.
Which they do. I do.
That's right.
I think you do it tastefully, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, I think that's the thing. Well, first of all, I think my body is it's a fit looking body. So it doesn't look, I don't look like a playboy.
That's another way of saying I'm hot. That's what
No.
Because she's being humble. You are. You're hot. You have a good body. So you're using that as part of the marketing and the brand because the things that you do, massage, salon, all the things that are peptides, whatever. That's part of your branding is your body,
100%.
right? So,
Well, you can't hawk those things if you're overweight
right.
and unhealthy.
Exactly. You're chubby, like you
If
said.
I were, well, you could be, right? Like you could be on your journey. You could be on a chubby journey saying,
Sure.
I'm trying to, right? And show that. But why would somebody really listen to me if I weren't really doing something exceptional?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Like, right? People take it seriously because
absolutely.
it's like, okay, she's 51. She's had 3 kids. She's sharing everything that she's done to get here. There's no mystery here. I've had my boobs done. I had a lift. I had a tummy tuck. That's the only plastic. I haven't had any cosmetics, but that's going to happen. Facelift is coming.
Lean in on that one.
But I share all of it because I feel like, and I talked about this on my own little podcast that, J-Lo, it's not your olive oil in your skincare. Like, she looks great. I don't want to take away from that. But like, do you know how much good she could do if she actually shared that, yes, I have all this money. I'm blessed to have all this money and I've done X, Y, Z. I didn't just wake up looking like this. And so I'm presenting everything as there's this that you can do. There's this that you can do. And I want to be really
You're just being real and authentic.
about it.
Yeah.
And it goes so much further than me saying, I did this butt treatment and she rubbed my butt with this thing. And like, I'm just going to show it. And yeah, I'm going to show the little bit of cellulite that I have and, you know, show the treatment. It grabs sex cells, right? And it grabs attention. It's not even the sex part of it. It's just, you're not expecting that.
Right.
And
Shock
so-
value, a little bit of shock value.
You know, so it grabs their attention to they go, she really doing that? What the hell is she doing now? Right. And I love that. I want that. So, you know, if it's going to help my followers, if it's going to grab their attention, if it's going to help the company that I'm promoting to watch it, because again, everything, it's so oversaturated.
Yeah.
How am I going to get you to stop and look at what I'm doing today?
Yep.
So yeah, a little shock value is good. And then again, to show my body and be like, this is why you want to listen to me, because I'm telling you what I'm doing. And then maybe you want to get on board with that this is the doctor that I'm using to do this peptide. And yes, I'm on a microdosing a GLP-1. And yes, this treatment helped the little bit of cellulite. And, you know,
I do know some influencers that, and I mean this in all seriousness, it's not pornography, that have now the whole OnlyFans, because they've built such a following that people want to hear what you have to say. So you block people and say, look, I'm going to give this part for free, but this part you have to pay for. I'm giving some really good information here that you have to pay for. Have you ever thought about going down that path of saying, we got to go full subscription? The free people are going to get this, but the people who really get the good stuff of who you are and the advice that you give, they're going to be VIPs and they're going to get this. Have you ever gone that way?
So let's just talk about that from a monetary point of view.
Yeah, correct. You're killing me. I'm going to use that. It's in my head now.
Great.
From a monetary point of view, I have learned to hate money. Like hate it. Like I don't want it. Like I don't want to talk about money. I probably need to go to some serious therapy about it. I hate receiving money from people. I don't like taking money from people. I feel like everything I do, I want to share because I have it to share, and I don't like charging for it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I have a terrible relationship with money. So I feel like I just want to share everything. Like I teach a workout. When COVID hit, I taught 7 days a week online for free.
That's amazing.
Wow.
You should come hang out with us for a weekend. You'll make money. We'll change your belief about money in a minute.
You'll just be like, she's charging X amount of dollars.
Yeah, it'll only take an hour.
We'll handle that part.
No, we'll handle that part.
Perfect. You guys can be.
We'll monetize you, actually.
You're hired. I will hire. Like I literally, that's what I need.
There is a lot of truth though to the philosophy of the best way to make a bunch of money is to give away all of your secrets for free.
Yeah, that's just.
So it's possible.
I'm waiting for that moment.
It's possible unconsciously, subconsciously, that you have learned that you just help people and do all this stuff, and then
I love to.
the good stuff comes. The money,
And I believe that. We were just talking this morning. So
rather than just focusing on the monetary
money.
perspective.
Yeah.
And it's true though. It's 100% true.
I get yelled at all the time for doing stuff for free and not money. You yelled at me.
Well, in a way, but I understand.
Point of view.
Yeah, we'll talk about that from a monetary point of view later. I worked for Tony Robbins for 3 years after law school. So Tony's my mentor. Tony, every year, it starts today, actually. Every year he does a free event, 3 hours, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And all the people around him are like, Tony, started doing this during COVID. They're like, Tony, you're nuts. Like, do you know, we could charge like $5. Do you know how much money you can make?
Yeah, right.
He's like, nope,
He's still doing it.
absolutely not. I'm going to do it for effing free.
Yeah.
And when you go sign up, by the way, he gets you for like $1 to donate for dinner. I did it all. And
Right.
by the way, at the end of it was $135. I got the VIP thing. I got the $1 donation for the food, but it's 6.5 hours of Tony Robbins live.
Right.
I know what he charged. I sold that stuff,
Yeah.
thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
So to me, it's free.
Right.
But it comes back. But he wasn't always like that. He was always, hey, how do we monetize the coaching? How do we monetize, the competitive edge? So somewhere along the line, I worked when he was 38 years old. Now he's billionaire in
giving
his
back.
60s. He's all about that. Give back, give back, give back. So there's truth in that. So if you just find that shift, right, where you're like, okay, I think it's happening. 51, maybe it's by the time. When's your birthday?
November
No, what's your birthday? What day?
27th.
Oh, I'm 22nd. So we're close. We're close.
Very close.
So
So wait, but are you? Yeah.
I'm on the cusp.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
on the
on the
cusp. Yeah. So maybe by your birthday, it starts to happen, and you're thinking, okay, all that giving I'm getting is to get, but you haven't led with that. I watch your stuff. That's not you, man. Like you're just a giver, right?
I am. It's probably my best quality and my worst quality
Yeah.
at the same time.
I appreciate that.
How do you filter at this point in time? How do you filter who to work with and who not to work with? Because you reach a certain threshold and opportunities come, and you could say yes to everything and make more, or spread yourself too thin. You have to learn how to say no.
Okay.
What is the
Which is probably hard for
filtering
you, right?
lens of like how and when do I say no to certain things?
Right. Well, one, I stay in alignment with who I am. So if it doesn't feel good, because it's not about money, we already learned that
Right, yeah.
from a monetary point of view. But you're right. I mean, there are so many good, I love helping businesses and people. So if it aligns with what I'm doing and I like the business and it doesn't compete with other businesses. So part of it is because I have created so many businesses that I work with, unless there is something different that they're offering, there is a med spa on every single corner. And I get
big
an
time.
email from every new med spa opening. We'd love to have.
You can't rep all of them.
No, I have an exclusive with my med spa. That's it.
Yeah.
You have to keep that true, though. You have to keep that.
Well, the thing is, too, is that this was years ago. I had one med spa who we hadn't really developed an exclusive yet. And another med spa came to me. And so I wanted to check in with her and say, we haven't really had like this exclusive thing yet. And this other med spa, and I'm trying to grow, and they're in Gilbert and you're in Scottsdale. Like somebody in Gilbert isn't going to drive all the way to Scottsdale. I mean, they could, right? They could. Somebody in Scottsdale is probably not going to drive all the way to Gilbert. So can I do something with it? And she said, no, if you do something with them, we're out. And I was like, why? It's not even competing. And she said, she had a really good point though. She goes, listen, if I'm doing Botox on your face and I'm doing filler on your face, and then you go to Gilbert and she does it, now all of a sudden you look weird. Who did what?
Well, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Right. And a lot of these,
You get the credit and the blame.
Yeah, that's true.
right. And a lot of these things, some of these things don't show up till later. And then you've kind of muddied the water. And all of a sudden people are like, God, you're looking kind of weird. Like, what happened? Right? Like, so no, there's no question mark. If you like the way I look, Garish Med Aesthetics, there's the plug for them.
Yeah.
That's where I go. I love them. They are incredible. And they make sure that I look great. And if we're like, something's, maybe you need a little lift here or whatever, they're the ones doing it. It's not getting all muddied. And so she was 100% right. But the funny thing is I said, oh, well, if that's the way you feel, sayonara. And I went to this is funny. I just remembered this as we're talking about it. So I said, you know what? I need to grow my business. I need to work with every med spa. I mean, not really, but so I went to this other business and they did some filler under my eye. And it literally looked like I had pillows sitting under my eye that day. And the owner of the other med spa that I had said bye to, she sent me a message and she goes, Julie, it's looking like she didn't do it right. And I said, oh, no. It's just swollen. She just did it. It's just swollen. It'll look good. No, I literally had pillows under my eyes. So I put my tail between my legs. I called back the med spa owner that I just said goodbye to. And I said, will you fix it?
Oh, jeez.
And so I went in and she fixed it. She was very lovely to me about it. And she did charge me, but she only charged me the cost of the product to dissolve it. And I left with complete black eyes because it just, you have to put product in that absolutely dissolves it all.
Right.
And then she goes, okay, in a month, we'll fix it again. And that was it. And I was with her for years and years and years.
So at the very end, you got to plug everything. I'm going to go. We do rapid fire at the very end.
Oh, boy,
so I'm going to go, okay, hair, nails, skin. So at the end, just be thinking. It's coming. So social media, I want to hit this real quick because we ask this a lot of people, especially of note. Haters, people who hate commenting. Do you read the comments? Do you care? Do you engage? What's your belief about that? And then the second question is, what's the weirdest thing you got? Because we hear the women get the whole, hey, show me your feet. We want to see your feet. That's a weird thing, apparently, that guys ask for. I don't care. But give me like the hater stuff, and then what are the weird ones that you get?
Okay, so the hater stuff. So I have a couple. One hater recently, I called out JLo for her not being transparent about what she does. And so this woman messaged, and she says, can't you just stop, can't women just stop hating on other women, especially with hair extensions like that? I go, okay. So you're calling me out for talking negatively about another woman, but you're responding to me with a negative.
You just did. Hot meat, Kevin.
I said, it's like, what? Yes, I have hair extensions and I promote them. So everybody in this world knows that I have hair extensions. But anyways, and so that part, I said, LOL, but you just called me out. And she goes, it doesn't feel good, does it? And I just like, oh, it makes me laugh, actually. Thank you.
That's LOL. That's what that means.
Yeah, that was, it just honestly made me laugh. So that was one. And another one is I have men all day long who feel that they have the right to interject about how I'm running my life with dating or whatever. So
give me an example.
So this man has been a follower of mine for 10 years at least. And you have a following. So you have followers that do engage, right? Yeah. Never met this person ever, but he clearly feels like he knows me. So I broke up with my boyfriend last May and I was single for 8 months, which if I met a guy the next month, none of your business, right? But I didn't. I really truly was dating for 8 months until I met my new guy that you asked me about. And we probably dated for a month and we're long distance. So it accelerated quickly because now we're not going on a date. We're going on a weekend.
Right.
So, and we're long distance. So we talk so much all day long, every day, because we're not seeing each other. I think we don't take it for granted quite as much. We really, anyways, but none of his business. So I probably a month after we're, together, I started posting him and I get this message saying, not that it's I don't even think he said, not that it's my business. He goes, I just really care about you, but this was quick. And not just that you're dating somebody, but that, his post was striking because he made a really nice post. We were on vacation and he posted pictures of us. And he goes, that was just striking. I mean, if you think that this is going to make your parents think more of him. Okay, well, my parents have already met him in person. So a post was not the love bombing that he needed to do for my parents.
That's so interesting.
But I'm like,
people, man.
It's odd enough when somebody that you know in real life that you're around all the time decides to comment on like your grieving process or how you move through
stranger,
whatever, like a stranger.
Yeah,
but he really cares about me.
But he thinks he knows you.
He thinks he knows me.
I meet people for the first time, and they're like, oh my God, I feel like I know everything about you. And they'll ask me stuff. I'm like, I don't know you at all.
Yeah, dude.
I get grabbed in the airport sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't
who the fuck are you?
Who you are.
I know. I know.
They feel like they know everything about you.
They totally.
Social media does that though. Because you put yourself out there.
Yeah.
So you're inviting that part of it.
Yeah.
That part of it. I'm not saying.
It really bothered me. The woman about my hair extensions, I was like.
Yeah.
But it did bother me. I don't know. I guess. But I'm like, he doesn't know me. He doesn't know my relationship. He has no clue, but it does make you go, gosh, is he love bombing me? No, he's not love bombing me.
So if I pulled up your phone right now and scrolled through your DMs, how many DMs do you get a day where it's like, hey, babe, what's up?
No,
what's
you know what?
Let's go on a date.
No. Now, especially now, which is one reason why I do post my boyfriend. Because
Yeah.
A little bit of a filter, a little bit of a wall.
So when you talk about boundaries, there's my boundary.
Yeah.
Like, I have a boyfriend. Here he is. Back off. I think people, because I've been doing.
By the way, that is the opposite of approach of a lot of female influencers.
Yeah.
A lot of female
The whole
influencers.
debate thing.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
they
true.
Kind of leave a veil up of
Because
I'm open
ambiguity.
and approachable or whatever.
Ambiguity.
Because I think it pulls you in more.
I don't want fake followers.
I commend you for that.
I do. Absolutely.
So though I am showing bearing all, not all, I think people respect the fact that I'm like, listen, I am more than happy to talk about my body and how I got it. And I feel comfortable with that. And I'm fun and I'm light, but I'm a businesswoman. I'm a family woman. I am monogamous. I think the most important thing in life is having that special person to share your life with.
Yep.
So I love working and being busy and helping people. But at the end of the day, what is life if you don't have somebody to come home and share it with?
Yeah, companionship. I've always talked about that. I don't care if it's even friendship, companionship. You want to have a partner, a friend, a buddy. I mean, if lonely people, it breaks my heart. Mm-hmm. I have friends that I grew up with. They're lonely people. They don't have even friends. Like they push us away. I'm like, buddy, come out to Phoenix, come hang out. Nope, I'm good. It's a lonely life is not going places good. You know this. I got to go back. We're gonna get vulnerable here. Okay, this is a big thing. I teach this, and Scott knows this whole concept of nothing in life means anything except for the meaning you give it. Okay, that's a concept. And usually that stuff happens when you're younger. Between 5 and 12, things happen that you remember vividly. So when I meet people who, because you brought it up, you said I was chubby. And I had brothers that were kind of brutal. Give me, what was the moment? We call it a moment of truth that happened between 5 and 12. You remember it vividly. Someone said something. It was on the stage. It was your brother. It was your mom. That you're like, all right, that's it. This whole chubby thing. But it impacted you in a way at that moment where you're like, I'm going the other way. When I get older, I'm going to be fit. And you're doing it. What was the moment? What was your moment of truth?
Oh, well, okay. Wow. This was probably the worst night for me, like ever, was middle school. I was so awkward in middle school. I really didn't have any friends. I was really not cute. And I had a really big crush on a guy. And we had our middle school dance. And I was so excited. And I went, and I was hoping he would ask me to dance. And he didn't.
Wow.
And I just went home and I cried and I cried and I cried and I cried. And I wouldn't open the door for my mom. I wouldn't talk to my mom. I didn't tell her a word. But I think, that was definitely, I think the boy situation, because no guy ever looked at me. In fact, I really didn't. My first boyfriend wasn't until, my first boyfriend was my junior year in high school. Mm-hmm. My first kiss was my junior year in high school. Okay. That's pretty late.
Yeah. In this day and age, kids are doing it later, but in our age, you're right. We were doing a lot of stuff a lot younger. Yeah. That's absolutely true. Yeah. Well, so what was the self-talk when you had that moment of truth where you're like, okay.
I don't know. I think it was always going on. Like I never fit in with the cute, popular girls ever. And I always wanted to be a cute, popular girl and I wasn't. And I don't know. I think I always just sat back going, how am I going to be the cute, popular girl? Which I still never was. I just, but I just became my own me that, now I can go back, I look at everybody I grew up with and I'm like,
yeah. Okay. Now, hold on. Let me go there. So let's fast forward. So I always like the revenge thing. So you've been to, I'm making this up, 10-year reunion, 15-year reunion, something where somebody like, whoa. And you had that moment of like, yeah, you motherfucker. Guess what? I remember junior year. You said this. Do you have any of those?
You know what? No, okay. I have one. But the funny thing is now with Facebook starting, like I remember when Facebook started, we were talking about my name is Julie Werner Xander on Facebook because I was trying to reunite with my high school friends and they didn't know my married name. But now it's like you never lose touch, right? And especially being from Scottsdale, I'm still in Scottsdale. Everybody sees me. So at this point, 35 years later, it's like, yeah, it's just Julie. Who knew? Who knew she Sure. I'm sure all those guys were like, gosh darn it. Like,
I don't think people have the foresight in middle school to be like, I wonder what.
Even high school.
We had a gal, 10-year reunion, the 10-year reunion. Shout out to my buddy, Paul Sheely. Paul married her and she came to our 10-year. She was a runner in high school. She was popular, kind of on the fringe, popular crowd. She was just very focused on herself. And she's a runner cross country. And she showed up to the 10-year reunion and our whole friendship group was like, damn, where'd she come from? And our buddy Paul is like not like the suave guy, but he's so real. He stayed in our hometown, Modesto. They end up getting married, and they have beautiful kids. And if you would have picked the 9 or 10 guys that were over there wooing over her, I wouldn't have picked Paul. I mean, bro, you know this. I've already told you this. But it happens.
Good job, Paul. It's above its average.
Paul, you did outpunt the coverage, my man. And I love you both. I was at your wedding. I was in your wedding, and that was awesome. So, but I know those things. I know those people that when you see, and it goes the other way. You know, people that were super popular, and they're in jail or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
But I did have a guy. So I teach aerobics at the Village. And
which one are you at?
DC Ranch.
Okay, I'm at Camelback. So
and I was. This is years ago, and there was a guy playing basketball, and I'm like, that guy looks really familiar. And I kept seeing it, and I kept thinking, God, he looks really familiar. Then I realized that we had gone on like 3 dates when I was a freshman in college, and he ghosted me. He ghosted me. And
did he recognize you?
So probably a year goes by. I mean, this is at this point years ago. I ran into him outside of the Village one day, and he came up to me, and he goes, you really look good.
I love those
Translation. I fucked that one.
Yeah, I screwed that one
Up
up.
the ball then.
I love those stories. Those are my favorite.
So that was the one. That was the one. I was like, yeah, because he kind of broke my heart. Like, in college, you like meet the guy and you're like, or 3 dates in, and then
Ghost people back then. I never ghosted.
I didn't. I never ghosted back then. I still don't. Ghosting is my biggest pet peeve. What's your biggest pet peeve?
Nice.
In life?
Oh, dishonesty.
Dishonesty.
Yeah, just be freaking honest.
Yeah, just 100%.
Yeah.
No matter what.
I mean, I think, listen, little white lies, there's reasons why you might say something, like Liar, Liar, right? The movie. Like, there are times when being a little bit discreet, and.
Well, from a monetary perspective, it sometimes helps. I'm totally kidding.
Okay, but even right, like even if I were to turn down a business, right, and maybe my reasoning is
You might not tell them your product sucks. You might just be like,
yeah, it's not
got
good.
other
That's not a good
arrangements in this
That's right.
category.
So I don't think hurting people's feelings is the approach, but I think being simple, and so instead of ghosting, right, just saying,
It's great.
listen, it was really great meeting you. I don't think it's a fit.
That's great.
It could be.
You ever use that word? Use that one? The fit? So Gary Tucker was a member at the church, and we went to PVMC, where the kids went to preschool, and we had a business board, and I hosted it, and it was Gary Tucker, Phil Francis from PetSmart. Yeah. There's a big lineup of people, and I said, well, the question was, what's the toughest thing you have to do as a CEO? Because they're all CEOs. Firing. And they all went around the horn about how they do it, and that's where I ripped that off. They would sit down and say, you know what, Julie, it's just not a good fit.
Yeah.
And it's so vague. It's so ambiguously vague. But I've used it, dude. It works.
I don't like it.
Yeah. Well, what would you say?
When I'm firing somebody?
No, anything. Like, she doesn't like the product.
I would say, you know what? I've got so many different things going on right now. I have a million projects. I'm stretched super thin. Now it's just not the right time for me.
But you're lying because you don't like the product.
I'm white lying.
See, so you're being dishonest.
I don't know. She can tell me if I'm being dishonest. But what I also say
I think
is
that's okay.
But what I also say is, but let me refer you to a couple other people. And
That's
I
fair.
usually give a couple names of people.
That's good. I hear you, bro. I'm just saying. I think I like the vagary of it's just not a good fit, because people walk away nuts. They're like, "What the hell do you mean it's not a good fit? What you don't like me?" I just said it's not a good fit. You can make it mean whatever you want. I'm just telling you it's not a good fit. But I don't have to go down though. I don't like your product. I don't like your company. I don't like your personal brand.
You're not good in bed. You have
yeah. I mean, come on. Let's talk about your sex life. Let's be real. I love it. All right, so let's talk about that. So rapid fire. You can do the rapid fire. So let's talk about hair.
Extension envy. Hair extensions.
All right. Massage.
Ooh, massage. Active Body Works. Best massage anywhere.
Makeup.
Oh, Claudio Riaz.
Where do you shop?
Where do I shop for clothes?
Yeah.
Revolve or Allison Olivia?
I thought you were going to say Amazon.
Oh, gosh, Amazon too.
Are you an Amazon chick?
And Walmart delivered.
Oh, Walmart. Wow. I would not have guessed that.
Walmart delivery.
All right. Nails?
Fancy nails.
Fancy nails? So now here's a question though. In these verticals or categories, do you have, we call it the dry erase board. Do you have like your dry erase board? You're like, oh, I don't have a person in this category or this category, like your prospects that you need to go get categories that you don't have right now?
So from a monetary point of view.
That's got to be the name of the episode.
I know. I'm going to bring that in for sure.
Yeah.
I don't go after anybody.
Okay.
I don't go after anybody.
You're inbound only.
Yep.
Love it.
Why? Because from a monetary point of view, I want people to love what I do.
Yep.
So I'm on this show today because you saw what
100%.
I do and you love it.
Absolutely.
Like it. It's a fit.
I love
To
it.
some extent. Anyways, because social media is unique. And at this point, 10 years in, people understand it better. However, their expectations are ridiculous for a lot of businesses. Like, I'm going to pay you to do this, but I need, 30 people to walk in the door tomorrow. I'm like, oh, it's not going to happen. And so people that see what I do, appreciate what I do, if they're liking it, watching it, and learning from it, they know that it's going to do the same for their business. And they understand it's a long process. It's not immediate.
Yep.
Trying to explain that to somebody who's never watched me or seen how they don't get it.
That's not a good
And then
fit.
they're always disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are the type of clients that you say no to. that's bad money.
Right.
That's absolutely true.
Yeah, you hate that, right? Because then you
don't
show up and you do your best and they're like, it didn't work. You're like,
Yeah.
I literally told you that one video of mine is not going to have people knocking down your door. You have to build trust, you know.
And you have to explain to some people, I don't control the algorithm. I might get 1,000 views. I might get 1 million views. I have no idea.
Mr. Algo.
We need at least this many.
Yeah, you're like,
okay, well, what do you want from me? I don't control it.
We hate
Mr.
Algo. We talk about Mr. Algo all the time. Every day we talk about. I just showed him a post that I put on Facebook the other day, and he like, what? How'd that get that many? I'm like, I have no clue.
Yeah.
No clue. I could do the most contributory, God-given thing, and it gets like 200 or 300. And you do something that's really random, but there's something in the image. People are like, oh my God, that's 800, 900. I'm like, what the hell? Something is looking at this image. So there's no beating Mr. Algo.
Same thing.
All right. So you told me the other day, and I don't want to give anything away. What can you tell us about your projects before we get out? What do you got coming up? You got some stuff coming up.
I do.
All right. So let's share.
Okay. For the new year, I am going to be in a book. It's an entrepreneur's book of women. It's called Six Figure Chicks.
Love it.
So I have a chapter in that book kind of talking about, you know, how this all happened for me and what I've learned. And then second of all, as I told you, I was double major musical theater and dance. I'm going to be in a movie.
Well, that's all in the same year, man. Isn't that great? Both
starting off in January.
I love it.
So it's called Underneath the Glittery Moon, and we're filming at the end of February and March.
Love it.
And I have a speaking role, and it's going to be
love it.
Really fun.
How do people find you? You're on almost everything. TikTok, tell us your website. What do you want to?
LifestyleJules.com, Lifestyle Jules on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. If you search Lifestyle Jules, Jules, you will find me.
Cool. Oh my gosh.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Another episode of the can. Julie Xander, Mike Lynch. That is me, Mike Lynch. Scott Lees, Julie Xander. Thanks for coming in. See you on the next episode. What's your story?